Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We're back.
Is it afternoon?
It is
Oh,
afternoon.
it's
now.
afternoon. Oh, it is 12:28.
Yeah, we're running a bit late. Sorry
We
about
are.
this, but we've got our
We could always
third
go
and
to
final.
Europe and turn the clocks back.
We've got our third and final guest with us this afternoon, and that's Ross Donaldson. And
AKA Rainbow Storm.
Rainbow Storm, if everyone knows who Rainbow Storm is.
there you are.
Sounds like an X-Men.
Yeah. Superpowers.
So we've told Ross that he is actually multifaceted. He has done loads of stuff. We've told him he's got to talk about his creative things. So
Over to you, Ross.
over to you, Ross. Which creative entity would you like to talk about?
Wow. Well, obviously this is focus on art.
It is.
Yes.
So let's focus on art.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah,
So
that's a
off
good
you go.
start.
Where would you like to start? Tell us about yourself.
Well, no, what I'm doing on the art side of things, I've been helping out a little bit by sort of talking to artists and sort of pushing them in the right direction.
This is good.
I'm a connector of people.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah.
So I set Yui.
We had Yui on recently. Didn't
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I helped Yui out a little bit just by introducing her to Ali Sharp from the. She's got the is it Buddhasana, the word like Buddhasana?
okay.
Yeah, she's got the art studio. You haven't met Ali yet?
I know of that studio. That's in Folkestone.
Yes,
I know the one.
between
It's quite-
Boscombe and Southbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got funding or something, didn't Arts Council funding.
Oh, good
for it.
news! I didn't know that, but she's wonderful. She was a singing coach, and she's got a marvellous story herself.
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe
And
somebody
it's all
would
in
like
her
to get on
art.
actually. Yeah.
It's all in her art. So go actually get her on here, but also
Yeah.
go into the studios.
Yeah.
And check out the opening times and have a look. So that's Yui, Rob Hughes. I
Which we
collect
had
his.
on Sunday.
I had. I got one of his paintings.
Yeah.
So I like to collect. I like to collect art from local artists, and I'm going to Jersey where I was born.
I was going
to
to say, are
see-
you local or you're born in Jersey?
Yeah, born in Jersey. So Jason Martin, who's one of the most eminent artists of the UK today, was at my school. We went to school together, and also with the curator and the owner director of the gallery in Jersey, Chris Clifford. So I'll be going over there to see them, to reconnect with Jason and Chris, because it's been. Well, so I left Jersey when I was 17, and I've only been back once to see my father when he had a stroke, and I'm going back again because I want to see him and give him a hug.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you left Jersey. You didn't like Jersey? Did you?
No, I
Too
did.
small?
Yeah, too small. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to overtake the metaverse, so I was. Jersey's a place for banking and beaches.
Okay.
Yeah, and booze, but I don't do. I don't do all three actually because I don't like sand between my toes. I'm not much of a banker. I'm more of a cash money guy, and I stopped drinking on my birthday, November 18th, and haven't touched a drop since.
That's really good.
Yeah,
How do you feel?
It changed my life.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I certainly wouldn't have got the job on the radio if I was still a boozer.
And what radio is that?
That's
Can
hot
we see
radio.
that?
Not a job, by the way, because I'm a volunteer. It's always a mistake we make. People say to me, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" And it's radio. It's volunteer work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not a job. I don't get paid any money at all. Okay. I don't work for a living.
You help for a living.
I help. I give and give and give. That's what we
I
do.
think that's quite a good word to use. You're connected, aren't you? You talk to people. You seem to know an awful lot of people in all different walks of life.
Yeah, anyone that I don't know is someone that I haven't met yet. Simple as that. That's the way I see it.
Well,
And
you've just
strangers
met
are
us.
yeah, exactly. Strangers are just people that we don't know yet. And I love to meet people, and I try to remember their names and get their details and put them on my phone and get all the information on them so I can build their history. If they want to be part of my life, I want to know about them. That's what friends are for.
Yeah, that's a great outlook on life.
Thank you.
Well done.
Yeah. I think I read somewhere as well. You're a fundraiser.
I did a little bit, but it wasn't funds that I was raising. That sounds like money. I helped out, didn't I, for the Afghan refugees from using the Emmanuel Church and Sonia Middlemass being the lady at the church. And I was funny enough, last night I did a pub quiz with the Labour politicians. It was a non-political event. It was a pub quiz, okay? And all different maybe one of them was a Tory, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
And one of them, you know, so they were lovely. So I met with them. George Farquhar was the connection.
George Farquhar.
Yes, I know.
Sorry.
I know.
I'm thinking Shrek here.
I know. Labour
Lord
councillor.
Farquhar.
I know, exactly. That's what I think he is undercover. Is he? Yeah, because he's
Lord Farquhar.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wonder where I knew that name.
I know, Farquhar.
Farquhar. I know. He is the Labour councillor for Boscombe and West. Yes.
Oh, what a name.
Absolutely. Yeah, you don't know
Sorry,
him.
Lord Farquhar.
George Farquhar.
George.
George.
Yeah, but he was. He marshalled the back room for me at the church because it was all just going off. You know, I mean, just like a queue of cars, BBC, TV, ITV, radio, the Echo. Paul of Echo came down. Lauren Joy, I think was the name of the interview. And George helped me out. The councillors came down and the mayor came down, had his photo taken, a handlebar, and off he went. But George stayed.
Right.
And he helped out, and he got me all boxed up, all the lovely stuff that was given to us by the community.
nice.
So, I know, it was
That's
amazing. Yeah, and he really helped out.
Yeah.
So he introduced me to the others last night and put us in the pub quiz. We came third.
Did you?
Yes, so which they were a bit upset about. Yeah, they blamed me. It wasn't my fault. I didn't know the answer to every question. All right.
Which pub was this?
Where were we? It's not actually a pub. Actually, it's the Ludo Lounge.
Oh, I know. In
Yeah.
Southbourne.
Exactly, yeah. Monday night quiz night. Fantastic.
Okay.
All the community in there, all battling them out. And I think the 6 great minds of the political side and me came third, and this lovely couple won it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Are they pros, are they?
I think, well, they just
Some
know.
people,
They just know
when
a
they
lot.
do these pub quizzes, it becomes quite a serious thing.
Oh my God! You should see. Well, one of the councillors was extremely competitive,
Really?
and it had me talking in a whisper, so nobody could hear.
They got their names, their group names.
We were called Macron, s'il vous plaît.
Oh,
Macron, s'il vous plaît.
Yes.
super
Okay.
play.
Yeah.
See, he just won the election, didn't he?
Yeah,
did.
but also when I tested them in their French, none of them spoke French, which was quite unusual.
Oh, okay.
Giving yourself a French name for the team when I talk to them French, well, because I speak
You
obviously,
speak French.
of course, I'm born in Jersey, the Channel Islands. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
Do you
So we have a patois, charré.
Ah,
You know, when we speak that. You
Do
know.
a French lesson now.
Yeah, I know. I do.
I'm
Yeah.
learning it on Duolingo. It's not very
I
good
haven't
though.
been to Jersey.
And then, but you're doing Spanish, right?
Yes, Spanish.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
It's a
I'm
great
trying.
language. With that,
It is a great
I
language.
say when you learn Spanish, you take on another 1 billion or so friends in the world. You know, yeah, it really does open the
That's
mind.
true, because so many people speak Spanish, don't they? Latin
Absolutely,
American or
Argentinians,
European.
for example.
Like
I don't speak in Spanish.
Well, what language do you speak? Hablas en todo usted. Hey, come on. But then Spain, no? He understands it well.
So how long have you lived in Bournemouth then? Have you always lived in Bournemouth or did you... have you travelled?
No, I was Balearics.
Okay.
Spain, that's where I learned the Spanish, of course. I didn't learn it in... I was just saying earlier,
So you
I learned Spanish by looking at the mouths of people in the streets of Mallorca.
Oh. A good lip reader then.
Oh, yeah. Well, my mother too, because my grandmother was deaf, so it kind of runs in the family.
Yeah, I suppose you pick it up.
Yeah.
So you went from Jersey to the Balearics, or did you come to England first of all? Or?
Well, no, when I was 17, I had an attempt at becoming a film director
Okay.
by going to West Kent College to study film. But unfortunately, they put me into journalism, and I didn't want to do that. You know what I mean? All of that sort of shorthand and whatnot, and interviewing people, and sort of delving into... No, it wasn't my thing. So I became a Rastafarian instead.
Did you?
Yeah.
Like dreads.
Okay.
No, of course, because I'm white, so and I have straight hair, so it wasn't. I didn't go for the fake dreads look, not my style. I just actually, but I on my 18th birthday, the Rastafarian. Basically, I was going for a bit of a tough time, and I was made homeless, and I went down to the. There's a whole story about that, by the way, which
Okay.
is amazing, but. I went down to the pub and I had all my troop trainers and that, and I had my little sort of G look going on, and this Rastafarian was there with an orange juice like that.
What?
Yeah.
Just looking at you.
Just taking in the entire place and just chilled out and just serene.
Yeah.
When everyone else was drunk and falling over and lecherous and all that sort of stuff, like that, he was just there like that, and I liked that. I liked it. You know what I mean? So I went up to talk to him, and it ended up. He went, "Yeah, you can have a room in." I told him my story. He said, "Have the room next to the kitchen,"
Oh,
and he housed me. and a beautiful house as well. It was really nice. There's like a top floor attic, the whole thing,
lovely.
big rooms and everything. I had a small room, but I hardly slept. You know, I hardly even slept in there. I was keeping myself, you know, occupied.
Yeah.
But yeah, fantastic. And he, on my 18th birthday, he called me into his studio, you know, studio and library in his big room sort of thing. And he said, my dad wasn't with me, and it was the 18th birthday. An 18th birthday, you know, it's normally sort of like a dad moment, isn't it? You know what I mean? For you coming of age, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It didn't happen on that day. And so he played the father role for me, Ian, in a wonderful, sweet way. And he said to me, here's my library, right? And a massive library, like twice as big as that sort of fascia there, yeah? And he said, choose any book you want. But the condition is, when you choose that book, you must study and that philosophy inside it, learn it, imbue it, take it to heart, and follow it for the rest of your life. Do you accept?
Wow.
That's quite a challenge.
I know,
Right.
because I didn't know what all the books were. I mean, they could have been some very serious
Yeah, I
books.
know. You don't know what it was.
Yeah, exactly. What was I going to get?
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? Yeah.
Take it what?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
but I was very lucky. I chose the Tao Te Ching, the oldest book in the world out of all the books, the Chinese philosophy of emptiness.
Right.
And the understanding of emptiness, you know, and the universe that we live in, and the supreme ultimate reality of life, that, you know, that this universe and how it sort of works. And it's all imbued within that book, and I studied it and I learned it and I took it to heart. I did exactly what
What
he
was the
said.
name of the book?
The Tao Te Ching. Yeah.
Did that transform your life?
Tao
then?
is like, you know, everything and nothing. Day is like virtue. It stands for Qing, means change. So the book, the ancient book of the universe and the change within it.
So I'm presuming with that book, then that changed your life.
Certainly did. Absolutely. I sort of live by the code within it. I live by codes, and you know, in all philosophies there is a code, and I study the code, understand the code, follow the code.
And that's how you lived your life from since you.
In every moment, in every second, in this moment, presently.
Are you still in touch with the guy that gave
I
you
was
the book?
about to say that.
Well, I was thinking about the other day. He's obviously Ian would have moved. He moved down to Brighton. He had a record shop. He did produce some music. When I tried to contact him and tell him how important he was in my life, I never got a reply. I think he was 50 or so when I met him. So now he'd be like 80 years of age, and if he's even still alive or not, I do not know.
Yeah.
But a magnificent man, you know, for what he did for me, and I still follow the code pretty much of Rasta living, not the whole way, but I certainly understand the philosophy of Aita living, which Rastas live by, and I wear the colours. So you know, my name Rainbow Storm is because of that, you know, because of my root in Rastafarian culture, and my love of the music and the philosophy of Bob Marley, and knowing all about that, and Empress Selassie and Abyssinia and Mauritania and all that kind of there. I'm learning more and more every day.
Yeah.
And we all are. But certainly I want to know more about it and stuff, and I've got, you know, friends in Jamaica, Barbados and stuff that I'm talking to on the Tik Tok platform, where we share and you know, I've made friends on there with producers and stuff, and for my interest in music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell you have a love for music.
It's my. I try and put like, when you know, like you like hierarchies and like putting things in order. I kind of like them. You know what I mean? I think because I lived in Egypt for 5 years, and we had pyramids there. Yeah, and like at the top of the pyramid, you can change. So there was this beautiful cartoon of the revolution in Egypt. I sort of took some photographs that were put in the New York Times.
Right.
It was published in the New York Times, and they had 3 different tops of the pyramid. There was autocracy, democracy, and theocracy, and they were the 3 tops of the pyramids that the Egyptian people had to choose from.
Okay.
Yeah, for going forward to change the actual culture of Egypt post-revolution, and that was a very strong image for me, the cartoon. And I thought, yes, the choice of what you put at the top of your pyramid really defines life.
Yeah, it's
How
funny.
did you find living in Egypt?
Well, I spent most of my time underwater with the fishes.
Oh, you were diving.
Well, that's what I did when I could.
Okay.
Yeah. But I used to sell property, and I'd go out onto basically I'd take them out on the ocean on a nice boat and give them a beautiful meal, and then take them to the development that we were selling. I'd float them in the ocean on our backs like that, and they go, Ross, I've got it.
It's funny, we're going through a bit of an Egyptian theme
We are,
today.
because our last guest was
we
into
were
that as well.
talking about Egypt as well.
Yeah.
There's something going on
You
here,
can't
I
believe
think.
the conversation we just had with Linda.
Yeah, I know.
That's aliens
It's very,
and everything.
it's very
came to it.
sad what happened to Egyptian people, actually, you know, apart from all that alien nonsense. They chose, there's a photograph of it taken by a friend of mine that at the very moment when they lost the revolution, when they shook hands with the army. And the army and the people, one hand was the quote, and what the revolution was used as a mistake. They should have marched onto the television station, took control, and formed a democratic government. But Baradei would not step up to the plate. He was worried about his own life, unlike the guy in Ukraine who's like an actor, and he's like, I don't care, come on, bring your bullets, you know what I mean? The guy's awesome. The guy that had the Nobel Peace Prize, he stepped up. Also, my friend Guiba, who was running for president, made a mistake from the Suarez family, so he had to drop out of the race as well. And General Sisi took over again, who was Mubarak's right hand. So it fell back into autocracy.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
yeah. So you said you were in Egypt for about 5 years. Which country did you live in after that?
It was wonderful. I flew into Marbella. I flew into Madrid, kissed the floor like the Pope. When I arrived, took the money out of my shoe and bought a ticket to Port of Banús and took the Arve train, the fast train. Flew like Turkey. Down to all my boxes are like, come on to the coast.
Sorry, I went cock-a-doodle-doo. Anyway.
Talk about pot noodle.
Yeah.
And I made it down there, and Port of Banús, that wealthy sort of marina. I like marinas. I like boats. I like looking at them. I like birds, seagulls.
Seagulls.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I like to see them all. I can watch them all for days and days and days. I can't wait till I'm old and retired. I just sit there and.
Is that what's drawn you to Bournemouth then? There's plenty of seagulls here too.
yeah. I follow them from the rubbish chips to the sea every morning. From the streets of Boscombe to the beautiful oceans.
Yeah.
Chips for breakfast.
So when did you get to Britain then? I mean, because you've obviously travelled around quite a lot and done quite a lot with. You said you were real estate as well.
That was obviously something that my parents were into. So my father was a property developer and a developer. Civic as well. He was a trained engineer, architect and whatnot. And my mother was the best estate agent in Jersey Channel Islands. So it came. That was what my parents did. So I took knowledge from the pair of them and sort of made it work for myself from at a young age. But when I was 21, I found myself in Thailand with the money that I'd made on a real estate deal. And I lived there for a year on the beach and just chilling out,
Whereabouts in Thailand?
That was Koh Samui.
Oh, I went there.
And Krabi.
I went there a couple of times.
Yeah, so I used to have the art bar in Koh Samui, and then I moved to
bar.
Ark. It'd be nice if it was the Ark, but it's more than like Noah's Ark.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm rainbow, and that's there's Ark, the Noah's Ark. Yeah, the Noah's Ark is it's all sort of symbolic from the Bible. I call myself the rainbow because it's mentioned in Genesis.
Okay.
And it's a covenant between God and mankind that He promised never to put His wrath on human beings again and be a compassionate and empathetic divinity rather than a spiteful one. They'd done before when He got rid of mankind for their sins.
But, when I went to Thailand, I went a couple of times. I spent a couple of months there actually on Koh Samui.
Well, I was there a year, but I moved to Krabi as well, Happy Island, where Leo shot the beach, and I just used to sit there on the beach, and there was nothing there at the time apart from a boy that would bring us a cheese and onion burger sandwich, but without a burger in it. So it was like a burgerless burger bun, and beautiful sort of like a restaurant that had chairs made out of tyres. Turned inside out to make chairs, and we'd sit there and watch the beautiful storms come in and light up the sky.
The storms were great over there, actually.
So that's why I'm Rainbow Storm.
Ah, so that's the connection then.
There's the first one, Elemental, my dear Watson.
So when did you actually get back to Britain?
Oh, well...
How long have you been here?
I was in Marbella, wasn't I? So I did loads of stuff there, and obviously I was, and in Egypt as well I promoted. So I brought my friends over from Ibiza, to make parties. I worked on Little Buddha with Lenny Bidzara from Bidzara Records. Pete Gooding came over from Cafe Mambo, Beast friends there. And the guys who were putting on the Beyonce concert, so Beyonce came to Egypt and they pulled me into that one and gave me a nice suite on top of the... it was very nice. And tickets to the after party to meet with her. So I was with Fish, who was Beyonce's drummer.
Okay.
Yeah, and they had a whole table for me, do you know what I mean, and my entourage turned up like that. Some guy was trying to get going, I'm the king of Egypt, like that. There was some rich kid like that, was trying to push his way in, and they saw me and they're like, partying like that, like the Red Sea, and I walked like Moses into the
part of the seas,
part of the Red Sea, where we were on, of course, like that, for my beautiful table with all the booze on it for all my people, you know what I mean? It was fun. I was with Fish, the drummer from Beyonce. Cracking.
Oh,
Yeah, good times. I mean, I like that, but funny. I mean, to move on, but I actually like all that sort of stuff. Yeah. The VIP treatment thing.
Yeah.
Because at parties, it is fun to have your own space. Yeah, where you're not sort of in there with in the mosh pit. I don't like people spilling booze over me expensive t-shirts. All right, just for that reason alone, I prefer to be behind the cord.
well, at least you got to meet Beyonce. Did you meet
No.
her?
I mean, come on, it's Beyonce. Do you know what I mean? Like she was with the higher economs of Egyptian society. The guy who's the Indiana Jones of Egypt gave her a private tour of the pyramids.
Okay.
But when I went to the pyramids, I got a private tour as well. Okay. So I had the whole place to myself too, and it was shut to tourists. And I've got all the pictures and everything.
Wow.
I actually went down to Khufu's pyramid, and took a stone from it.
Wow.
I know. It's in my house. You can come and see it. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah. It's okay, innit?
Ross
It was just a stone.
Ross was just telling us
wasn't
that he studied, he's held a book very close to his life since he was 18. You're going to have to say the name
The
of
Tao
the
Te
book.
Ching.
Do you know that one?
Yes, yeah. You say differently, but same, but different. No
This
problem.
is how he lives his life.
Yeah,
Very
one
good
of the
philosophy.
codes, one of the philosophies that I understand. But there's many philosophies in the world, and I try and learn more and more of them every day, and imbue and embody them.
Well, you might have told you his name.
What did you say? I didn't hear.
He thinks it's the best. He thinks it's the best.
Oldie but goodie.
Maybe we should be doing a philosophy
It
show.
keeps coming up, doesn't
We seem to have a running theme going on with us at the moment.
it? You know
don't
all the
we?
philosophers, and I know none of them
Because
practically.
when we talk to creators and stuff, it's really interesting finding out their backgrounds and finding out. And we are going on this
There is
kind
a
of
bit of a
journey
theme
with
here
people,
coming in.
and it's all the same kind of themes that we're talking about.
I would suggest that we're all, there's many different paths to
Yeah.
take in life, but they all sort of head in the same direction.
Yeah.
And, a lot of artists, creators and stuff like that understand that.
Yeah.
And they know that they're on a path and they try and stick on their path. But they notice that other people are too. And the idea, I suppose, is like to help people on their path, their journey, rather than trying to put them onto your path. Because if everyone's on your path, it's going to get a bit cloggy.
Well, it'd be like a traffic jam, wouldn't it?
Traffic jam.
Beep, beep. Oh, you road rage. Fuck you. Oh. Anyway,
That's
continue
road
that
rage
bit.
for you people. That's what happens.
I'm not
So
supposed to do that.
calm driving.
You know what I mean.
Never go over 30. Obey the speed limit and watch out for the yellow boxes.
I'm not scared.
Well, that's why I'm on the TikTok platform at the moment, sort of broadcasting on there, so that I don't swear live on there because Ofcom would have me off.
No.
So I'm learning not to.
Yes.
No, that
it's
just-
been very good. That has been
I
the
have
first
been
time
really
something
good,
is-
and I'm normally really, really good. But yeah, that was a bit of a slip up. But I think it was because of the traffic jam. I was thinking about the traffic jam.
Yes, I know they do get people angry, don't they?
And then maybe moving on, Mary.
Yeah, I'm going to move on from the traffic jam. Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
but that was quite a good
Anyway,
analogy.
we are actually coming to the end as
Are
well.
we?
We are, because it's nearly 5 to 1.
Oh.
And we do have another appointment at 1 o'clock. We've been chasing our tail.
It's been one of those days today where
David.
everything's just going so fast.
Lesson downstairs, I know.
So that's one of the problems, is you say people try and go so quick, they think that they can be more productive and stuff. And
Yeah, exactly.
what the Tao Te Ching teaches us, and Buddhism as well, because obviously I've understood and learned the philosophy of the Buddha, Gautama Buddha. People ask me what is my predilection in life. One of the things I certainly learned a lot about was the philosophy of Gautama Buddha. And he teaches us meditation. He teaches us to calm down. Yeah, and to be patient, yeah, and to not be so fidgety all the time, and to meditate a little bit and find some peace within our heart mind, Yeah, Om Gata Gate, Param Gate, Parasam Gate, Bodhiswaha is the mantra of the Heart Sutra. And having a good heart, an open heart, and a peaceful heart is very important, and it can be learned in that sutra. And liberation can be found in it too. It's probably the most important thing. We talked of the Tao, but actually, my true liberation came from studying Buddhism, and essentially the Heart Sutra, which is a non-religious philosophy, and it's taught within that sutra. So if anyone has a spare moment, it's a good thing to go and have a look at, because it can teach you patience as well. So we can all be quick and zip about the place like busy bees, but it doesn't really. Being productive is not, that's like labour, you know what I mean? Being productive. Machine men with machine minds, they've got to produce.
Is that your message for the people watching this then, to take more time for themselves?
Absolutely.
I agree with that.
And ultimately maybe be more creative as a result of that.
Absolutely.
I agree with that anyway. I think we are too hard on ourselves a lot of the time, and I think we society has made us. I know we've got to end it, but society has made us go into that little rat race. And you've got to do this, got to do that, you've got to be there, you've got to be there, and actually,
Charlie Chaplin, like in the that great speech, that's machine men, machine minds, and that's going on. And we need to release ourselves from that sort of communist sort of mindset of production and capitalist mindset of production. They're both doing the same things. Right. One of them's capitalist, the other one's a pseudo-religion, communist worshipping the party and having faith in that, faith in capitalism. What I'm asking for people to do is maybe find a middle way where they can be themselves and follow their own dreams and wishes and hopes, and not those of others.
Exactly. And that's
a great message.
It is a good message, because we learn every day, and that for me personally, I've kind of gone along that way more so, because just generally speaking, you got to do what you want to do.
You're the Queen of Hearts.
I am. Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to have to end the
Yes, sorry
session.
about that, Ross.
Thank you so much
It's so
for
really
having
lovely
us.
to come in.
Yeah.
It's a real pleasure.
Lovely to meet you.
Yeah, thank you, and you both. It's lovely to be able to air my
absolutely.
views a little bit. And talk openly and honestly, and share with you both.
Yeah.
It's been wonderful. Thank you for the
right.
opportunity.
So that's it for this week, because we had Sunday as well. We'll be back next Tuesday. We've got next Tuesday we have Dorset Arts. We're doing some very interesting interviews with 3 people who are involved with the Dorset Arts Week. So I'll be publishing that information soon. And in the meantime, have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend.
Don't forget to share everything. We're going to spread the community so we get more people. Remember, it's all for free. So if you want to be part of this experience, just message us.
Message us.
Message these two.
See you soon. Bye.